So changing our automatic responses is challenging for everybody because habits get embedded within us. And even when we get to that point that we can see what we're doing, we know we don't want to do that anymore, or we know we don't want to feel jealous or angry or afraid. We can see it's pointless, and yet somehow our bodies seem to be betraying us. That's the time to really work with your body, because when your body feels safe, it's able to take that step forward to feeling freer, to being able to have choice. And today I'd like to work with a really beautiful, simple, very effective technique. It's called tapping. It's also called emotional freedom technique, or EFT. And it's a fantastic tool that anybody can use to really help themselves take that step over that barrier. And this tool is a great way to actually calm down the stress response and to get you into a space of feeling peaceful. It's used in many, many different ways, and if we want to use it to change habits or deal with phobias, anything that we're choosing to create in our lives, the key thing is to get the body into a place where it feels safe, where you feel safe, you feel peaceful, because when we're in that state, then we're able to make changes. So we're going through a very practical routine today, so then you'll have something in your toolkit that you can use at any point. And I'm going to address some of the basic questions that always come up when I first start to work with somebody with this particular technique. My name's Leanne Campbell, and I'm a life and wellbeing coach, and I specialise in somatic practices, because when you use somatic practices, you're really getting beneath the layers and you're changing the way you feel about yourself, about life, about your expectations. And it's the quickest way to get people on track to really creating their handpicked life. So let's get started. Just want you to rub your hands together. Now the technique is really, really simple. If you want to go over the points at all, then please check out our video that will just talk you through just the points so you can learn them. But if you don't know them, just come along with me now and you'll find that you'll soon pick it up. Okay, so all you need to do is do what I do and say what I say and enjoy the experience. So for the purpose of this, I'd like you to bring to mind a particular stressful situation. Now, we're not opening a can of worms here. I want you to think of something, if you think of a scale between 0 to 10, and 10 being really, really stressful and 0 being totally relaxed, look around a 7. So we're not going too high up there. So it may be that traffic jam that you got stuck in the other day and you can feel the stress rising. It may be a particular person that keeps bringing up a response that's really irritating, not overwhelming, but just something that you would prefer to get to a place of peace with. It could be that your kids are leaving their clothes around and it's getting to you. So we're looking at that kind of thing so you can experience this. So on a scale of 1 to 10, bring something to mind around a 7. And then I'd like you to start with the karate chop point and really simply repeat this phrase after me. So even though, and you repeat even though, I get tense in this situation, you repeat that. I love and accept myself. Even though I get stressed about this and I don't want to, I'm open to change. Even though I find this stressful and irritating, I love and accept myself. Okay. And not all the words will resonate, but that's absolutely fine. Just keep repeating, stay with me and stay with your situation. Okay. So we're going to tap the corner of the eyes here. So I get really stressed and then come just to the side of the eyes. when I think about this. It always gets to me, and I don't like the way I feel. I don't feel I'm in control of this. Just underneath the lip there, and then just on the chest, just underneath the collarbones. And yet somehow it really gets me. I know how I want to respond. So we're just underneath the armpits there, about halfway down the rib cage. And then the final one about halfway down the side of the legs. But somehow I find myself having the same response and the same feelings when this happens. Go to the top of the head. So stay with your stress now. It's really annoying. I feel disempowered. It gets under my skin really quickly. And all I'm doing is just moving through those points. And I want you to continue to just say exactly what it is now. So be with me. And it's as if you've just picked up the phone to a friend. You go, oh, you know what? I got stuck in that traffic jam again. I was so angry. And just explain to somebody what it is and how you feel as you tap. And stay with the feeling. We'll do one more round. And then just take a break after this. And you can be talking out loud or in your head. And just take a moment just to go back to this situation. And tune into that scale. So see, where are you on a 1 to 10? And it may be you're the same. It may have even gone up a little bit. I just want you to acknowledge. Mostly we want it to be going down. That even though you're talking about it, as you tap, you're able to reach a place where you feel more comfortable. Okay. So we're going to carry on tapping, and I'm going to assume now that you're ready to introduce some possibilities. Okay. So tap, even though I have this situation, I'm open to change. And I love and accept myself. And now let's come to tap. So I do get stressed in this situation. And I know that I don't want this. And it doesn't feel like it's in my control. But I would like to have a choice in how I feel. I choose to no longer give my power away in this situation. I choose to feel good and peaceful. And yet it does stress me. It takes me by surprise. And I'm wiser after the event. I want you to keep with that situation now. Keep it in mind and take a deep breath and keep tapping, but stay there. It's possible for me to feel at peace, although it doesn't always happen. I know what it's like to stay grounded and in my center. And even though the situation trips me up, I'm open to change. And I want you to just stay tapping. So what we've done is, with tapping, you always start with the truth and you stay with the truth. So we've talked about exactly what's happening, as if you've just picked up the phone to a friend and you're just pouring out, venting your spleen a little bit. And then when you start to go down the scale, you introduce the possibilities. Okay, so that was stressful, but also I'm starting to feel more relaxed now. And that's when you acknowledge it, acknowledge the change. So even though when I thought about this situation before, keep repeating after me, and I was around a 7, I am now, and just say the number that you're at now, and I'm assuming we're going down. Okay, acknowledge that number, that there is a change. And then take a nice deep breath in and take a pause. And just close your eyes, feel into your body, notice how you feel. And most likely the charge is taken out of the situation. And just open your eyes. And it may be that you do a few more rounds, but if you're feeling low enough now, maybe at a 2 or 1, you just finish with a completely positive round, okay? I feel peaceful in this situation. I feel calm and centered. There's a slight pause, and that gives me a choice in how I want to react. And see yourself, imagine yourself, feel yourself in this situation, and keep the breath flowing. And just finish this round so you're tapping in that sense of peace. And at the same time, you're able to be in this situation. Finish at the top of the head. If you want to do another round, go ahead. But when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. And just close your eyes and sit in this energy that you've created. And let that feeling really sink into your core. And when you're ready, just take a deep breath in, open your eyes on the out breath. And if you're feeling in a good place now, if you're in a place where you want to be, just gently tap the third eye. And that's the first point of the energy pathway that goes right down the spine through the nervous system, and it helps to hold that habit. Just take a deep breath. And release. Okay. So the method in using tapping in this way is very simple, that you stay with the truth. You start with the truth, you stay with the truth, you acknowledge the changes along the way, and then finish with a positive. This is how I'm feeling now. This is what I'm holding in my body. And then you can use it at any time. It's always there for you. You don't need to know what to say. Often I hear people saying, I'm not sure what to do when I do it on my own. I don't know what to say. Well, you just tell the truth. And if you haven't got words, and sometimes when we get stressed, the words just aren't there, be with the feeling, because all you're doing as you sit with that feeling and you tap is you're saying to your body, it's okay, I'm safe. It's okay to let go of this. I'm not in a stressful situation. So as you're thinking about it, you're telling your body that you're safe. And it's a really wonderful way to reprogram. So you're in charge of your responses. And in fact, you're not reacting. And reacting is acting out again and again what you've done before. You're responding. So enjoy the practice. Be curious about it, experiment with it, play with it, and notice for yourself how much it can really keep you centered and balanced. Okay, so if you'd like to understand this in more detail, then check out the talk on tapping and really how it works. Because when you understand something, it really helps you to go a stage deeper and opens you up to being able to have the experience. So the information and the experience together really help to create a state where you can step forward and make the changes that you really want to make. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you very soon. Watch out for more of our videos on tapping and simple techniques, somatic practices to really embody the changes that you want to create.